Hello and welcome to another lovely time of gaining something, of learning. And I hope you gained something from what I have to say today. I just wanted to share um, a little bit of what I learned in this past week, the past few days. I just want to talk about one of the most trending topics in the world today, and that is the death of Nelson Mandela, a very great man, and is an example to everyone, an example in which we should emulate. And I learned about, while reading about him, I learned about five things. Well, I learned more, but I just wanted to share five things I learned about the life of Mandela, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you gain from it. The first point is that giving up is not an option. Mandela is known and celebrated today because he never gave up on his dreams, and that his dream was to see apartheid being abolished in his country. He was a true winner because of his determination. Even after he was being locked up in jail for 27 years. Can you imagine that? 27 years for what he believed in, and came out still, did what he had to do, and was determined to finish what he started. I just want us to learn from that, that in whatever situation we are, whatever dreams we've got, we should never give up. Nothing is impossible. I watched his funeral on TV, and I saw the number of world leaders, celebrities, and general public who gathered around to watch his burial, to see him being celebrated. And I just thought, who would have thought that when he was young, when he lost his dad, when he was in prison, when he was being labeled a terrorist, and who would have thought this man would be as celebrated as he is today? Virtually no one. And well, there he was, being celebrated, being eulogized in the best of terms. And I just thought sometimes when you think about some things that are impossible, they are really possible once we put our heart to it. The Bible says, "With God, nothing is impossible." So I just want you to look at that goal you've got, those ideas, those things you've got to change the world. Just think about it and don't give up on the dream. Just keep working on it because nothing is impossible. That love always wins, no matter the situation, no matter whatever has been done to you. When I look at his life, we would not be talking about all these things if he decided to reply with violence when he came out of jail. And if he had replied with violence and vengeance, but what he did was he turned the tide in his favor when he decided to love his enemies. It wasn't easy, surely it was not easy, but when he did it, he did it because he knew the principle of love. What does love do? Love melts the hardest of hearts. It heals the deepest of wounds. And he learned from what Jesus did. When Jesus was on the cross, he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." He loved us. He loved us even when we despised him. So love is a very powerful weapon in which we can use to change the world, and he used it to his advantage. There is no barrier to greatness. For Mandela, he saw every barrier as a stepping stone. And that's what we need to do. He saw it as a stepping stone to his goal. His skin color was a barrier, his family lineage was a barrier, his father died when he was 9 years old. Well, his life in general was it was not easy, yet he never sat and just sulked. He never blamed anyone. He never blamed anyone for his woes. He just got on with it and just continued to do it. That's the type of spirit we should have. We shouldn't think about what others have done to us, but we should just keep every barrier we see. We should keep turning into a stepping stone. Knowledge is power. Knowledge, when in the right hand, or when put into use, is a very powerful tool. Because when I read on about his life, I discovered that he was working during the day and studying during the night. That's hard. Studying for his bachelor's degrees at night. He rejected his comfortable position as a chief or as a counselor to the to the king, as a privy councillor to the king, and he decided to study law. He didn't mind being the only black person, the only African student on the course. We just continued. There was racism everywhere, and he just continued with it. And because he knew the value of the knowledge, he knew that once he had that, he could go places, he could change the unchangeable. So you don't just sit there and just complain about the system, but you try to work towards gaining the knowledge to be able to change what you don't like. So don't just wait for someone else to change it for you. Don't sit down there and just complain, but try to change what you don't like by getting the knowledge, the knowledge you want to get. Or in conclusion, you don't need to do what Mandela did to be a great person or to be celebrated. You just need to learn lessons from what he's done and channel it into your own cause. And just think about it. What will I be remembered for when I die? Just have it at the back of your mind. That's what I think about. Mandela has done his part. It's just up to us now to take the baton and continue with what we are called to do. And I pray as we do that, the Lord will continue to help us and continue to be with us. And my name remains Joshua. Lovely to see you watching this video. Well, I'm not seeing you. God bless you.